A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they all came down to the Ladybug's picnic. I don't even think that's the lyrics anymore. It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. Good morning to Jim in Alaska, Cloud Bobs, Bernie Dively, Everblaze, or Two Boyos, Hayden in Texas, and the rest of the people on hold. Some of you already on hold. Brandy. Hey, Brandy. And hello to Facebook. Hello to Punchy.tv. Jim in Alaska over there, too, on YouTube and Punchy.tv. A faithful viewer. And have a shout out to Greggatron and, what's your name? At this point, just call me Mike, who gave coffees on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. Gonna read your all's coffees. I'll read your super chats if you like to send in any super chats on YouTube or Rumble. Shout out to, I think, Jesse Lee. Yes, indeed. Sent his viewers over to Hake from Rumble to Rumble. And the D-Live crew, you got to figure it out. Oh, here's something I could do. I'll host from Jesse. Hake. Let's see. The Hake Report. There was a request from the D-Live redheaded stepchildren, much neglected, that we stream all Bond/JLP network stuff on one D-Live channel. I shall put this in the suggestion box that I have right here, which doubles as a spittoon, which also doubles as the place from which Hake the snake charmer grabs the snake. All right, so it is a something to think about. Nice. What's up, Thor Mode? Gabriel, Tactical Bruce. See. Take everything that you hear here with a grain of salt, okay? I disclaim. I do disclaim, all right? It's not that important, first of all. Sometimes I may treat your questions with scorn. Shout out. I put out a clip of, did you take the $7,000? It's actually a stupid question. Not only is it a nosy question where it's not any of your business, but it's just plain a stupid question. But I really enjoy and appreciate Mark, and I don't think that he will hold it against me too badly for saying such things about that particular question. But I do disclaim. I don't even represent myself, okay? And as I said earlier, when I'm trolling you guys, sometimes I troll or joke. Maybe I troll or joke too much, or I get into speculation or even gossip sometimes. It's not right. So the views, not just the views, but also the attitudes, do not represent. I'm not responsible. What's up, Homesteader Nick, Jules Verne, and all of y'all? Let's get going here, shall we? I would like to get started here. This is the Hake Report after all. It's not simply the Hake babbling. Stop me if I'm babbling. Stop me if I'm babbling. Stop me if I babble on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Because that's not right, you know. We don't want that. Those are lyrics from a Christian song, by the way. A Christian comedian. Oh, here, let me unmute here. Look at the beautiful scenery of San Onofre. Onofre. What a cool name, huh? California. From over a year ago, y'all. Over a year ago. If you're watching the video feed, that's what you're looking at. Okay, so I think I'm pretty well set to go. So anyway, y'all. let's just get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how y'all doing? I'm fine. Look at that bird. Look at those birds. I'm wearing a beach-esque shirt, by the way. Won't tell you where I got it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Is that a raven or a crow? I don't know. To this day. Some of them look bigger. So they say ravens are bigger, and also they have a bushier neck, hair, or not hair, but feathers, and their snout, which is not a snout, beak, is a little more hooked, more pronounced. Maybe they have some stuff. See, that looks. I'm gonna guess a crow, but we may have both. Elijah was fed by ravens, by the way. I thought I heard somewhere. I want to get to y'all's calls, okay? I will get to your super chats as well. I did see some have indeed come in, but you can call in 888-775-3773. Hayden in Texas is on the line over here. Hayden, thank you for calling, sir. What's up?
Hey, how's it going, Hake?
Going well, thank you.
Good, yeah. I'll keep it short like I did yesterday.
Cool.
So I heard there's been discussion going on about whether the Holocaust is fake or not.
Yeah, over here on the Hake Report. That's true.
Anything happens on the Hake Report.
That's right.
but I wanted to add to the conversation if I could.
Okay.
So I've said this in the past before. I don't believe that the Holocaust was real as well as some of your other callers believe as well. The number. So this is according to Rockwell. Rockwell said that he believed that the numbers were in the 100,000s rather than the 6 millions or above that, and he believed that they were Jews who broke law wherever they were in Europe. It could have been in Germany or anywhere that they were in Europe. He was the chancellor of Germany. He was the commander of Germany, but there wasn't even 6 million Jews in Europe during that time. So I mean that's an exaggerated number. And he believes
who was the chancellor of Germany?
Hitler.
Oh, okay.
The H guy during the when the Holocaust took place.
Right.
But Rockwell said that he believed that it was in the 100,000s, and that they were law-breaking Jews who broke the law, obviously. So
did they make it kind of outlaw? That's a lot. That's a lot of executions. Were they executions?
I don't know. I don't know what the penalty was.
It sounds
it
like
was obviously the death penalty because it was 100,000 of them plus.
I mean, in wartime, you do get more strict. I'm not justifying. I'm just putting it in context. In wartime, you get more strict with life and death situations. Executions and all kinds of things like that. For back in the day, we used to mete out the death penalty much more quickly, I think. Or they did the extrajudicial things, the lynchings and stuff here in America, because it was like desperate times. If somebody stole, that was a life or death situation potentially. Okay,
right.
So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Thank you.
And so the reason why I use Rockwell as my source is because I believe he's credible, and I'll tell you why. But before he founded the American Nazi Party in the I think it was 1959 or 60. I forget which year it was. But before that, he was your ordinary normie conservative. Before that, he was a commander in the Navy. He fought against the Nazis and Hitler in World War II, and then later on he realized that that America was on the wrong side of the wrong side of history. That's what he figured out later on, and so he doesn't have a bias towards the information. He obviously did his research on the information, and he later came to the conclusion that the numbers were exaggerated, that they were Jews who broke the law in Germany, and it was not 6 million. So I mean, I take him as credible because he doesn't have an agenda, because I mean he was just a normal conservative like all of us at the beginning.
Yeah.
And he later came to the conclusion that it was all exaggerated.
So you're just using him as you basically trust his word on it.
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir.
I don't think he's a bias or an agenda. And also, Mark said it yesterday. It's 100% correct. The H-man is the most lied about human being aside from Jesus Christ, and that's a quote from Rockwell as well.
Interesting.
Mark said that yesterday, and that's a quote from Rockwell. So that's 100% correct. And I'm sure he's going to call in and probably give some more information. He's well more versed in history than I am, and Rockwell too. So I mean, I'm sure he's going to add on to it. But I just wanted to give you that little information to why I believe and trust Rockwell, because he doesn't have a bias, and he didn't have an agenda when he was alive. So
Okay.
that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents on the topic. That's all.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your contribution there, Hayden.
Thank you. Have a good day, Hake.
All right. You as well. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye. Allen, Texas. I mean, not Texas. Allen, Michigan. Allen is a city in Texas, but Allen in Michigan, probably better than Allen, Texas.
Well, thanks for taking my call. And it's no coincidence, I don't believe in coincidences, that Hayden touched a subject that both myself and Mark are pretty educated on. Not only did George Lincoln Rockwell understand what he said about Rockwell was actually absolutely correct. However, there are other people out there that have done research. Now, I'm not going to mention the book or the name of the author, but there was an author about 30 years ago who, just as a scientific exercise, he's a curious person about a particular thing, like a lot of people are, and he just looked into it, and he found out the misrepresentations and everything about the Holocaust. Now, the thing is, they always talk about this alleged 6 million. There were other people that were being held in those camps.
True.
And the Jews had they wore yellow stars. That's true. You hear about the yellow stars all the time. However, there was a whole star system and triangle system used in all the camps. The gypsies, for example, had to wear brown triangle, if I'm not mistaken. Homosexuals, pink. Jehovah's Witnesses, purple. I didn't know they'd been included, but okay. Antisocial, which would probably be the communists, they had to wear black. Criminals, green. Immigrants, I don't quite understand what that. I suppose that would be people like the invaders from Arab countries today. Maybe, I don't know. And political, political were red. Yeah, well, that would be for communists because the communists are red. So, and also the Zyklon B that they were using in these gas chambers were for de-lousing, not for murderous purposes. In fact, Auschwitz had swimming pools and the theaters and things. These are not the kind of things you put into a death camp. I don't agree with the system on a moral ground, taking off people and putting them into some gulag somewhere. You treat the criminals at a local level. That's the biblical way of doing it. You don't round them all up indiscriminately. No, the Bible says each man dies for his own sin. And that's why I would disagree with the Gulag system, which I believe that they're trying to develop in this country, but that's another thing. The only other thing I want to mention is, now let's see, who was it? Was it Kevin? Or no, Mark had said, yes, it's true. Pilate did not want to execute Jesus Christ. In fact, remember the scene, and it's in the movies, but it's in the scriptures too, that he washed his hands. What he was doing was a scriptural exercise. I'm just going to refer to the 21st chapter of Deuteronomy when it talks about if one be found.
You cut out there, buddy. You cut out there.
Possess it. Oh, I'm sorry.
If one was found what?
If one is found slain in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it, lying in a field, and it be not known who was slain, then you shall measure unto the cities that are round about. In other words, the city would be responsible for finding out who this murdered person was. Well, if they couldn't do it, it says in verse 6, and all the elders of that city that are next unto the slain, and there's a sacrifice they have to make, but it says, shall wash their hands over the heifer. This is the sacrificed heifer for this dead person. They can't find who murdered him. That is beheaded in the valley. In other words, was dead. So that what he did was scriptural, and the reason is that Pontius Pilate was from Iberia. I think I mentioned that one day, the land of the Hebrews. But he was also in trouble with the Roman authorities. Very briefly, there was a political battle going on in Rome, as it is in every empire, and Sergianus was an officer under Tiberius Caesar, who was a degenerate. Basically, he was probably as bad as Caligula and Nero. But he gained a lot of power. Tiberius, his spies found out about it. So then Sergianus fell out of favor. But guess who was in favor or was a friend of Sergianus? It was Pontius Pilate. So he was in trouble, and that's why the Jews said, you are not Caesar's friend. And he was making a political threat against Pilate. Hey, we know that you're in trouble because you were in Sergianus's party, and Tiberius is beheading and getting rid of all these people. So you have to understand a little of the background. So that's the pressure they were applying on him. And besides, according to history, Pilate only had 100 centurions or soldiers in Jerusalem, hardly enough to keep the population under control, since the religious leader has their own soldiers, and they're the ones that were guarding the tomb. So in any case, that's I hope it's enlightening, and I'd like to throw out these little factoids of history because I think they're quite important.
Interesting, sir. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Well, all right, and good job, Hayden from Texas.
Right on. Thank you, Alan.
Looking forward to Mark, too. Okay, take care.
All right. Oh, you know what? Hold on, Alan. Are you there still?
Oh, yeah.
I have a caller, John in Kentucky, who would like to talk with you. Are you willing to talk with John in Kentucky?
Why, certainly. Is that our Black Israelite friend?
It is indeed. How you doing, John in Kentucky?
The Black Israelite friend. That's wild, man. No, man, I just wanted to ask you a question. Maybe a dumb question to you, but I'm just curious because I
you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Hopefully, it fixes itself. I think it might be on our end, and hopefully, it fixes itself in a minute here.
All right, can you hear me now?
That sounds better, I think.
Okay, real quick. Do you think Jesus was a white man?
Absolutely.
And what makes you think that, based on where his people were from, his tribe of Judah? Because they definitely wasn't a tribe of white people.
Well, he was in a Roman. The Romans were not ruling over African people. They were ruling over these different people in what would be today Turkey, and they were all white. And we have pictures. We know what the Romans looked like. They were definitely white.
Jesus was not a Roman, sir.
No, he wasn't. He was a Judean, or Jew.
He was an Israelite. He was an Israelite.
Of the tribe of Judah. Right, exactly. We see eye to eye on that, yeah.
He was part mixed, though, because I heard that Rahab was in his lineage. Rahab from Jericho.
That's
they were
interesting.
all people of color. They were all people of color. I just try to get your viewpoint on it. But, you can't name one white person in the Bible main character. All his disciples, all them guys are black or of color. So,
but how do you go to black? Because there's Middle Easterners, and they're like tan.
There's no such thing as a Middle Easterner, really. Y'all made that up.
Well, whatever. The people in the so-called Middle East right now, where Israel is and Palestine, the Palestinians don't seem that black to me.
Well, people like us are different shades of brown, so you can be really dark or really light and still be considered a black person. And black is just what y'all put on us.
But their hair is not
literally black.
Their hair is sometimes a little curly, but usually it's not like black person curly.
So what does that mean?
So you're claiming they were black, but
hey man, I didn't call in to talk to you. Hey,
all right. Go ahead, Alan.
You always try to defend these people.
I'm not defending that Jesus is white at all. I never believed that. I never thought about it until you guys came along. But you guys come in here claiming Jesus is black, and it just sounds ridiculous to me. So
he's a POC. He's a POC.
Person of color.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. He's a POC.
Go ahead, Alan. He called to talk to you, not me. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I would suggest in the book of Acts, when Paul is getting into trouble, and one of the Roman officials or soldiers had talked to him, there was a language problem, but Paul could speak Greek. He came from Tarshish, which is in the southern coast of Turkey, and which was extremely white. It was not a black area, but on top of that, he understood both Aramean or Hebrew and Greek. So he said, "Oh, you can speak Greek." So they were able to communicate. So there's another indication of that. We also have.
Can I cut you off?
Sure, go ahead.
Can I cut you off? Just because you can speak Greek doesn't make you white, okay? You got Chinese people to speak English. It doesn't make them white. So in the Bible, when you see somebody speaking another tongue, that's just like me being from America still claiming I'm an Israelite. It doesn't mean I'm white because of the language I speak. So that you can't base it on the language somebody speaks, on what race they are. I mean, that's just common sense.
It would be an indicator, but not. You're correct. I agree with that because there are people in Egypt that speak Greek and all that. Yeah, language changes and all that. Yeah. However, I would put this to you: why to be an Israelite is not a point of pride, because Israel was always failing, and why would you want to take on the responsibility and burden and accountability before God of being an Israelite? It's a tremendous possibility. And remember, the judgment of God begins at the house of Israel, who they were married to. Right?
Well, that's how you know who the Israelites are, based on the curses and the events they had to go through. And I don't see those white Jews over in Israel had to go through 400 years of slavery. I just don't see it. I don't see them spread out all over the world under servitude to their oppressors. I don't see that. They were part of it. They sold the slaves into slavery. I mean, they financed it. So I don't look at them as real Jews. That's my opinion.
And I agree with you. Absolutely. They're the slave traders, but they're not true Jews.
Why do you think Tucker Carlson, when he asked that one guy, he said, why is it illegal to get your genetics tested over there in Israel? Why is it illegal?
Let's see. I seem to recall
I'd never heard that
there
before.
was a challenge.
Is
was a challenge.
Is it illegal to do that? It might be.
Yes,
I don't know.
It's illegal, yes.
He suggested that he challenged every Jewish person in Israel, I think, according to Mark, something like this, to get a DNA test to see if
Yeah,
their
the DNA,
lineage
yeah.
traces to Abraham, Father Abraham. I don't know where they get Abraham's DNA, but that's what the challenge was.
It's illegal. It's illegal over there though, because it shows that they're all converts and they didn't come from the blood lineage.
Nothing
what it
wrong with a
shows.
little conversion if it's to the
Well,
right religion.
When the people who converted or running the world, it's not legit, because Bibi Netanyahu, he's not a true Jew.
You know what? That's interesting. I was watching this
He's not even religious.
I was watching this documentary of white, like, Anglos who converted from Christianity. They were like pirates, and then they turned Muslim. And they became like the Muslim leaders. They would train the Muslims and train the North Africans to venture out even further into waters and be more effective as pirates. So it's interesting. Like, they take a leadership role, the Anglo Muslims did. So just like the not Anglo, but white Jews take like a leadership role sort of naturally.
I think they're referred to as the Marmaluks.
What's that?
I was messing with you. I said that's good. Hey, that little story. But no, man, my only reason for calling him was to let him know that Jesus is not a Caucasian. If he was, that means Joseph is a Caucasian. That means Mary is a Caucasian. And that's not true. Those are people of color. And I still wonder why white people have to make Jesus theirs. They changed his image when they start painting him to be white, because they can't see themselves worshiping a white savior because of their mindset.
I think that's projection, man. I don't think whites. I don't really think whites think of Jesus as white in general. Whites think of Jesus as like olive skinned. They don't think of him as black usually.
Hey! I just asked this guy what color was Jesus. He said white. So
I know, but he's the exception. He's more based. He's more into the white thing, I think, than your average white. Well, I'm just saying based to use. I'm using the term based halfway facetiously, but halfway not.
What's his name?
Allen in Michigan.
Allen, last question. Could you see yourself bowing to a black Jesus?
A black Jesus?
Oh, he got it. Oh, you don't understand English now. See what I'm talking? See what I'm talking about? Race matters, Hake. Race matters, dude.
Oh, I'll agree with John on that. Amen to that, John. I'll say one thing at the end.
Race matters on earth, but not in heaven.
Every knee shall bow. You guys gonna be bowing to a black man.
I agree to that.
Yeah. Do you think God cares about race in heaven?
Most definitely.
How about on earth, of course, but in heaven?
Heaven is not in the sky and the clouds. Heaven is the condition you have on earth.
Uh-huh.
So when everything flips and y'all become the tail, we're gonna have our heaven. You guys gonna have your hell. That's how it's gonna be.
That doesn't make sense, because
it does. It makes sense to me.
Did your Jesus, whatever you call him, I forget the name that you guys say for Jesus.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that black one. Did he say is there neither Jew nor Greek, slave nor free, male nor female, but all are one in the kingdom of heaven, or whatever he said? Did he say that in y'all's?
Yeah, that's because when he comes back and he establishes himself on earth, you guys are going to assimilate to us, and everything's going to be flipped. He's not going to be doing all the killing and stuff, but you guys are going to be worshiping the same way we worship, but you guys are going to be the servants. You guys are the ones who are going to be building up the walls. You guys are the ones who are going to be doing that. So you'll still be in the kingdom. You'll just have a different
role.
A different role, yeah. You'll be servants, just like we are today, just like the Mexicans are today, just like the Jamaicans are, just like the Puerto Ricans are. They're the servants right now. You guys are going to be the servants.
Dang. All right.
I'm just letting you know. So I forgot the guy's name again. My apologies.
Alan.
What's his name? Alan. Get ready for Black Jesus, man.
Well, it's interesting. There's so many things I can agree with him on, especially with his remark on heaven. This idea of we're going to be wafted off to heaven. is absolutely absurd because
No,
the
but that's not
scriptures
what
are
I
very
was saying.
clear.
When does color matter in the kingdom of heaven?
Right, kingdom is going to be here on earth.
No,
It
but
says
do you think? Okay, Alan, do you think color matters in the kingdom of heaven? I know
On earth.
obviously it matters in a practical sense on earth and how we organize our societies, but does it matter in the kingdom of heaven?
I really hadn't thought, except that I would say that in the kingdom age, when the earth is in a process of being restored, there's probably going to be a division of the races into their proper places in their proper bounds of their nations.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's correct, hey. And the oppressors
that's a
aren't going to be
yes?
the oppressors in
So that's a
heaven.
yes. Color matters to God.
Race matters, not color. That don't make sense.
Okay, well you said color matters.
Tribe matters.
Yeah,
Tribe
yeah, yeah.
matters. But look, hey, the oppressor that's here on earth right now is not going to be the oppressor in heaven. It's going to flip. So whoever the oppressor is now, they're going to be the servants next. You understand
Again,
that?
I agree with that. I agree with that. Except who are the oppressors?
Sure. You don't know who the oppressors are? You don't know who the oppressors are?
Who owns who? Who are we
has
in
his
bondage
ideas.
to?
Hank, I got to go though, man.
Okay. All right.
I'll listen to him. I'll listen to him.
All right. Take care, John in Kentucky.
All right. Yep.
Bye. Alan, who are the oppressors? Who?
Well, if you think about who controls the money and the religion and the government, it is the wicked. Now, whether you want to include the Jews in that, sometimes I believe that a lot of the Jews are being used as scapegoats for the people above them. They always say, "Oh, the Jews control the banks and all that." No, there are a lot of Anglos that own banks that have very English or French or German names, and they could be our own people. And I could give you examples in the Bible. For example, the reign of Saul, he started out good, he went bad, but who was his headsman? The head of his herdsman, herdsman was Doeg and Edomite, who are the enemies of true Israel. Remember Jacob and Esau, and what had happened when Jacob, and it's kind of a tricky thing. He kind of deceived his dad into giving him the birthright. And when Esau saw this, he lost his birthright. He says, "Yeah, when the days of my father are over, I shall kill my brother Jacob." And those people have that genetic memory in them, I believe, right up to this day. And they want to kill us and everybody, black, white, Hispanic, whatever. They want to rule as gods over the earth. And it's our responsibility as the true Israelites to stop them, repent, turn to God, apply his law, and these people would know it never be a problem. If you're going to point a finger, at the Jews, point to it yourself. As a people, we have failed to do this, but eventually we're going to turn, and when Christ returns, of course, the establishment of the kingdom. That's it in a nutshell. I could go on. I don't want to take up a lot of time because I'm hoping for Mark to call in.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you, Alan.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm at the bottom of the hour, and I don't like to let the super chat slide too long, y'all. Over on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. At this point, just call me Mike says. James, don't play dumb with me. You know exactly why I said that. Why he said what? He said something about admit you're wrong or something like that. Admit I was right to me and William, I think. Remember what you told me the last time the Don was here? Christian the Don, that is, of the Misfit Nation. I may have him back on again at some point soon. I think I missed an opportunity last week, as well as Omar, Third Rail Omar, by the way. But anyway, Iran is not Iraq and Trump is not Bush. I'm tired of your belly aching and worry, is what I told Michael. But I was right, claims Michael. About what? because Iran is still not Iraq and Trump is still not Bush, though Bush did bomb Iraq and Trump did bomb Iran. It's still different, sir. So you're not right, even still. We're moving the goalposts hard. And William has said explicitly there would be no war with Iran, and I didn't know what I was talking about. Now he tries to tell us it's not a war, it's an operation, quote unquote. Give me a break, says Michael in Canada. At this point, just call me Mike. An operation estimated to last at least 100 days, claims Michael in Canada. Really? Who estimated that? Cost $3.9 billion in the first 100 hours and killed 7 U.S. soldiers. I think it's 9 now. No? I forget. Is no operation, dude. It's a war. And Jaime, tell your rabbi to go take a hike for me. Thank you. He didn't say take a hike. He said something. Bleep something. Let me just check. What are our numbers in terms of casualties? Casualties and losses, okay? 9 military personnel killed per the United States. Or died, right? Died or killed. 20 injured. Israel, 2 soldiers killed, 16 civilians killed, 2,339 injured, 14. This is Wikipedia, okay? I like to check Wikipedia. Even though it's liberal, I know. And whatever. Okay. And it's an ongoing military conflict. Info may be false or obsolete or whatever, but it gives you somewhat of an idea of what they're saying. That's funny. Thank you, sir. I'm still not going to give you anything in terms of you were right, because you're still not right, because Trump is different. But how did you like Michael Tracy? Michael Tracy laid out a good argument about the situation, but he thinks that Trump is just trying to take over the world, and I don't know, he's pushing his weight around, that's for sure. And calling David a drug addict because of gummies is crazy. Laughing face, sideways with tears coming out. The mother of my childhood friend used to smoke crack, and we used to steal every other day at the grocery store to make sure he ate that day. That's a drug addict, says Michael in Canada. Thank you for your coffees there, sir. Coffees. Michael. And more here. Greggatron says, okay, Hake, are you ready for my super chat? I am ready to read it. I like the challenge Mark gave David. 30 days, no gummies. You got a monkey on your back. You won't be able to do it. But I'd like to take it a step further. David, if you can go 1 month without taking any gummies, I will donate $100 to the Hake Show on Streamlabs. Start the challenge whenever you're ready. You don't have to record yourself or document anything. I know you're an honest person. I trust you. 1 month. What do you say, buddy? Hake, doesn't Streamlabs take 20 to 30%? So if I donate $100, you might only see 70. Sound good? I'll probably get more than that, sir. If you only donate like $1, I think the minimum is $3. I think I said it too on Streamlabs. And let's see. So Animus last on a month ago gave $5, and I don't know exactly, but I think it's not too much that they take. Yeah, I don't think it's 20 to 30%, sir. So I see plenty more than just $70 if you donate 100. Pretty sure. I would imagine it's like at least $90. I imagine, maybe even like 95, something like that. So yeah, whatever you like to do, Greggatron, and sir, I disclaim it. I'm not endorsing or opposing. I'm not endorsing it. David and Ocala. No pressure from me. These guys are hyped about it. You do what you want to do when you want to do it. And the good Lord will take care of me, sir. But thank you for the encouragement for our friend David in Ocala, Florida. Greggatron, very kind. I know he's a healthy man, they say. All right, so that's that for the supers, I think, for now. Greggatron. Let me get to Mark, Los Angeles, California. Mark, thank you for calling, sir, and holding. What's up?
How you doing, Hake?
Fine, thank you.
I'll try to go through it quick. I'll give you headlines so I could get it out faster, and then we could talk about it. First off, you mentioned about the $7,000. The only reason I brought it up was Charlie Kirk, speaking like a white Christian, admitted that they tried to pay him off. It was more than $7,000, and he didn't take it. Okay, that's why I asked you about it, and the difference is in the answer. You said none of your business. Kirk was more than happy to say he didn't take it and to name the people that tried to buy him off. And I don't believe he took it either, by the way. Okay, another thing I want to get to, because I've got about 5 things I want to say, and then we could talk about it. This Kevin Howe in the comment section is saying that Nazis and communists are the same. He's a fool. The Nazis killed more communists than any other group on earth. They killed millions of communists. How were they allied? Okay, think about that, Kevin. Kentucky John should be reminded. I heard his debate with Alan. Christianity, if you're listening, Kentucky John, is a white man's religion. We gave it to you slaves. When you came here as slaves, you were introduced to Christianity, except for the missionaries who did go over to Africa and were killed in many cases. So that answers that. And let's see here. Yeah, the thing with David on the 30-day separation from gummies, we're going to have to take him at his word, if he ever, even if he even does it. So that's that. And also, I wanted to shout out to Rick from Hampton, Virginia. He was great on that call yesterday. Zenny's call was great. Hayden from Texas is always good. William III can't be beat. He's good. And a special shout out to one of my biggest haters, Danny Boy. I read your garbage every day, and you just make me stronger. So also, lastly, I just wanted to point out for CSAL, Jaime, and there was another name, I can't get it here. In regards to Israel and the Holocaust, CSAL and Jaime. By the way, Jaime, that name is a slur against Jews, but I don't care. The only reason one of the main reasons that we're supporting Israel is because of the Holocaust. So I think you should keep that in mind when you say things that you don't know what you're talking about. Yesterday, Jaime slandered me on your show and called me a dummy, but he didn't have anything to back it up. Simply name calling. That's all these people got. Now, most of the people in the chat are good, but you have a few crackpots, and I'm going to name them. Danny Boy.
Well, sir, we don't really have time to be naming a bunch of people.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you. Hey, any questions?
Quick super chat from Everblazer. Mark, would you bow down to a black Jesus? And he's laughing face with tears coming out.
The answer is no. Christianity
and why not?
is a white religion, because Christianity is a white man's religion. I don't know how many times I've got to say that. It's obvious.
So are you saying that, what are you saying Jesus was? Was he Middle Eastern? Like those, was he olive skinned or was he like white?
Do you remember about a year or two ago, I mentioned the Shroud of Turin?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't that kind of put this argument to rest? He had long flowing hair. He didn't have nappy Negro hair. He didn't have coarse Hispanic or Chinese hair. He had soft, flowing hair. Now you could say I don't believe the Shroud of Turin.
Right. I tend not to.
Why?
Because I don't. First of all, I don't care.
Why? Because it proves Jesus is white. This bothers you?
No, I just said I don't care.
Well, that's a cop out.
Well, how is it a cop out? Why should I care about some Shroud of Turin about Jesus' body? And it doesn't seem likely.
Proves that he's white. You don't know your history. You don't know how the Shroud of Turin was authenticated recently. It was authenticated as being real just about a year or two ago.
Normal American Christians are not into the Shroud of Turin stuff. I think
I
that's
know,
a Catholic
they
thing.
love Jews more than they love God. That's the problem.
Touche. But at least Jews are here now. But the Shroud of Turin is just mess. You think God cares about the Shroud of Turin?
It's there. It's proof.
I don't find it very proof-worthy.
You don't want to believe the truth.
No, you want to believe that the Shroud of that. I think that you have more of a want than I do. You remind me of John from Kentucky, who has a desire for Jesus to be black, and he's all into as typical blacks are. They think Jesus was black. You never find anybody else who thinks Jesus is black that I know of. I'm sure they're out there. But you know how black people are all into Jesus being black? That's how you are with Jesus being white. Yeah, and I understand your point that Christianity is sort of a white man's religion because the whites embraced it and took it and ran with it more than anybody else. But other than that, I don't think that normal whites don't really care about the color of Jesus because it wasn't about his color.
In Africa, when we were promoting Christianity, they were worshiping idols.
Right.
Okay, so how is Jesus going to be black?
Much less is he black than he is white. He was. I'm pretty sure he was olive-skinned.
Is that why you're ignoring the Shroud of Turin? Is that why you don't?
No, I don't care about the Shroud of Turin.
You don't care about it because you don't want to be proved wrong.
No, you care about it because you want to prove yourself. You want to prove something.
How am I? What am I getting out of it?
Pride, a sense of white pride, an extra sense of white pride.
Oh, it's just the truth. When I drop a bomb on your show, you're either going to deflect it, or you're going to say I don't care, or you're going to say it's none of your business. When there's a question posed, I rarely get a straight answer. Hake.
Can you acknowledge? Okay, let's go back to the stupid question part. Can you acknowledge, which you already kind of did, but not in so many words, that the question about did I take the $7,000 from the Israelis or whatever was a stupid question?
Why? It wasn't stupid for Charlie Kirk.
What did somebody ask Charlie Kirk, or did he volunteer it? By the way,
he volunteered it.
Okay, so nobody asked him that. Nobody tried to corner him on it.
Would have answered. I'm sure it was somebody somewhere along the line approached him and offered him the money. I mean, are you going to disbelieve Charlie Kirk now?
No, I just asked if somebody tried to corner him on it the way that you tried to corner me on it. Okay, and then I'm no Charlie Kirk, as you acknowledged. So on that front, do you acknowledge that it was not only a nosy question, which you won't admit that, of course, but was it a stupid question?
No, it was a very intelligent question.
How is it intelligent to ask if Hake took the $7,000?
I don't think you did, and the only reason.
So then, why did you ask?
Well, I just wanted to see what you'd say.
No. You literally thought it might be that I took the 7,000.
But then I thought about it, and I looked at your numbers for audience, and the Jews aren't going to give you $7,000 for a couple.
Yeah, so then it was a stupid question.
Oh no, I just didn't research it enough. But I think it was an honest question, an honest question that Charlie Kirk had no problem.
It was an honestly stupid question.
Why? Because you couldn't answer it?
No, it was an honestly stupid question because it's, 1, irrelevant, 2, not your business, and 3, why would they give me $7,000?
To be saying nice things about Jews. Of course, you do that anyway, but
see?
Charlie Kirk wouldn't take the money. He's more of a man by answering that inquiry.
He never got any inquiry. You're trying to compare something that's not even comparable.
Why would he make that statement? What prompted him, audience, tell the world, I didn't take their money?
You're not making sense.
What?
You're not making sense.
How am I not making sense? He said he didn't take their money, which got this whole thing started.
No,
but there were others who did. So it was I felt my obligation to ask you. Now, if you would have said no, the story would have ended. But
no, it's a stupid question. I shouldn't even. I don't even have to dignify this a stupid question.
Well, you brought it up earlier, before I was even on the line.
No, I brought it up after you brought it up.
No,
I brought it up
today.
as I brought it up pointing out that it was a stupid question because I put
Well,
it out. I put it out as a clip, and somebody's like, unsubscribed. We can read between the lines.
What is that?
Delusional people. Okay, Thor Mode gave a super chat. Thor Mode says, Mark, lay off of Kevin. He's a white ally.
How is he a white ally when he compares Nazis to communists? That's ridiculous. He's attacked Rockwell, too. Anybody that attacks Rockwell could go to you-know-where.
Wow.
If I'm wrong, if I read into what he said and I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But if I recall, he attacked HADEN today, and I think he mentioned Rockwell and myself in his comments, and they weren't positive. So how is he a white ally? Is he even a white man? I don't know.
C-Bill says, Mark is no better than the Nazis because of his hatred for the Jews. Hate is evil, Mark. Wake up. Hello. Go forgive your mama, says C-Bill.
That's too stupid to comment on. The only things I hate are communism and race mixing.
C-Bill says, Mark, did you take the $7,000 from Qatar?
No, I would take it though. I'll be honest. You can tell that guy I would take it if they offered it. Absolutely. I'm not one of these guys that wants to pretend I'm too good to answer the question. I'm more like Charlie Kirk than you, Hake. In a nice way. I'm more like Kirk as far as being honest. I don't hold
Charlie
anything
Kirk
back.
was more pro-Israel than me, by the way.
What
C on T45, Mark, why don't you call Jesse and say your hateful ways to Jesse and see what he says? You're a very hateful person. Repent.
No, I've tried. He won't take my call. Don't blame me.
You just have no patience.
I call. No, it wasn't just that one time. There have been other times that I've tried to call him.
You're making an allegation that's not true.
What, did I call and he wouldn't take my call?
Yeah. That you said he won't take my call. That's not true.
That I called and he wouldn't take the call?
No, you changed it. You're being a snake.
How's that?
You're being unchristian.
I just told the truth.
No, you didn't tell the truth. You said he won't take my call. That's a lie. He will take your call.
I waited an hour. Did he take my call?
Many people wait an hour.
Okay.
That doesn't mean he won't take your call.
Didn't take my call.
He didn't take your call doesn't mean he won't take your call.
Even if I did get through to him for this guy that's asking the question.
Sion is a woman. She's a gal.
Okay, how is he going? What is Jesse going to say that's going to change my mind?
Nothing, because nobody's trying to change your mind. Your mind is made up.
That's because I know what I'm talking about.
So says you. Everybody thinks they know what they're talking about.
Okay, I know what I'm talking about. I got to argue with my own white brothers to get this thing straight.
That's how whites are. Whites argue because they don't. Whites argue because they don't all agree with each other. 3SC3E. This guy is the definition of a beta male.
Oh, big deal. Big sir.
I just had to read the super chats because they were related to you. Okay, no,
that's fine. But nothing other than slanderous name calling is coming out of this. You could call me every name in the book.
Chris says Mark took 7,000 from Iran. Muslim loving.
No Muslim. I'm a Christian, but I will take their money. Nice. I'm not like fake. I'll admit it. I'll take the money. I have no problem with it.
I would gladly take money from anybody.
Well,
but it's not your business.
But you won't admit it.
Why should I?
Well, everybody else does except you. Charlie Kirk did.
Charlie Kirk didn't admit to taking any money.
Admitted to not taking it.
And nobody asked him.
Somebody must have, because he had a forum.
No, I'm saying nobody cornered him. Mark from Los Angeles didn't call into Charlie Kirk's show and say, "Did you take the $7,000?"
Well, first of all, it was more than that. And secondly, he had a press conference, and I didn't see the whole thing. But from what I saw, he was sitting at a table, Charlie was, and he wanted to refute this rumor that the Jews of Israel had given him. Somebody said it was $1 million.
Oh, wow. So he's a beta. He had to answer to the devil.
He just answered to his general public.
Nuh-uh. He answered the devil. He answered his dumb accusatory questions and accusations.
Take it. He said he didn't take it, so he's being honest, actually.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being honest. You know, and I don't think you did take the money. I said that before. It's only because your audience is too small. If you had 10, maybe 10 or 20,000, maybe they would have offered you the money. I don't know.
All right, Mark.
But I don't
run.
believe. God bless you, and the white race has a right to live. Thank you.
Bye. William III, California. We're nearing the top of the hour here, y'all. William III, how you doing, sir?
What's happening, man?
Hey.
Did you get some money?
Yeah, I have.
You know, I'm always about that money.
Indeed.
Because I will generate a super chat.
Nice.
So let's pull up this super chat about me. Michael, again, he wants to put on a show. He wants to be a star. Okay, Michael, you asked for it. Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you where you were wrong, Michael.
Go ahead. Do you remember what he said? He said something about.
You pull it up.
Well, I can't do everything, sir.
Pulling that stuff up. You always do everything 5, 6, 7 times when somebody talking to you. So do it now. You read it a few minutes ago.
I said Iran is not Iraq and Trump is not Bush. I'm tired of your belly aching and worry. William said there would be no war with Iran and that I didn't know what I was talking about. Now he's trying to tell us it's an operation, not a war. Give me a break.
It is an operation.
And he says an operation estimated to at least last 100 days. I don't know where he got that. And cost $3.9 billion in the first 100 hours. Killed 7 soldiers. Go ahead.
Stop right there. Whose soldiers died?
Americans and Israelis and Iranians and Kuwaitis or somebody.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And there is a cost for deploying a war machine that big like the United States, correct?
Indeed there is.
Yeah. Whose money is that? Canada's or America's?
America's.
That's where you're wrong, Michael. Right there. Now send another $6.99 because that's the only financial burden that Canada has when it comes to this operation in the Middle East.
Nice.
Is your $6.99, and I guess that's called a clad or whatever you call that mess up there. Yeah, Trump got on Britain's prime minister about being wimps too, didn't he?
Probably. Sounds familiar.
Well, you know, Canada is not feeling too good about Trump anyway because, you know, we snitched a lot of those factories and brought them down to the United States, and that means Americans are going to be working off that stuff, not Canadians. And the tariffs, the 10% across the board, across the world, it's just really making everybody feel sore, but it's making us feel good. We're capitalists. You guys are socialists. That's the difference. We don't have free health care. That's why our military is strong. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's where you're wrong, Michael. You guys don't pay for anything.
Soldiers, you know, man, I think that they're living in the future, which is to say they're living in their imagination.
Hey, can I say something to you that's really something to take a look at?
Yep.
As long as I can remember, which is longer than Michael, there's always been some kind of a conflict somewhere around the world. And there haven't been a draft since the Vietnam era. But I don't get credit for that stuff that these soldiers volunteer to do, not get drafted, volunteer to do. You can ask Rick in Hampton, Virginia about that. They sign a contract when they do that. They got life insurance policies. Their life is on the line. It's in the contract. You may get hurt or you may die. So I respect veterans and what they do to make our country the #1 economy in the world.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make Canada's #1. It makes us #1. So it's not our money, our soldiers. It's ours. There is no us. There is no we. It's ours. And that's what I like about Trump.
Nice. That's right.
Yeah. So
Trump is looking out for America.
Yeah.
And the world.
I mean, if you cut off the Hormuz Strait and mess around with the Suez Canal and all those ships are just sitting there.
Yeah.
And you got the cards, and you tell China, whose economy is not doing good, and Russia, whose economy is not doing good, look, the world leaders need to make this right. We're not going to let these guys interrupt the flow of all of these materials with this shipping lane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So why wouldn't a superpower come down on your head over this? It's been long overdue anyway, hasn't it?
It may be.
And Trump has killed everybody that they want to have run the place. They don't want this regime to return because they hurt the people. The people of Iran are not bad people. That regime is bad. You know, they created ISIS, and
Iran did?
They you know, basically that regime is responsible for all those different groups to break off, Houthis,
The other groups, the
ISIS.
Houthis.
Yeah.
I thought
yeah.
ISIS was different. I thought ISIS was
Well,
America and
they
Israel's
just
fault,
kinda
maybe.
radical, all of them. I think they all kind of connect in some kind of way. Maybe not directly, but they all kind of, you know what I mean? They hate America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think, just to be honest with you, like I said, talk to Rick and Hampton, that a lot of civilian people do not understand the sacrifice that soldiers make. And how dare I sit there and say we are doing something? Because you know what they could do when you see one of those guys, hey, we're going to war. They could easily look at you and say, we're not doing anything. I'm doing this. And there's no draft. I volunteered.
That's right.
Nobody thinks about that.
Except for the anchor, baby. I've heard him make that point. Shout out.
Oh, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard him make that point, but it's true. I mean, who made the sacrifice? It's not me. I have a father that was in the military. I can't wear his uniform. I can't put his colors on because I didn't do it.
Right on.
Just like I wasn't a slave either, was
I? No. That's right. They're like identifying with the slavery thing, and that's just crazy.
Yeah. So, Michael, you were wrong. And Zenny, they don't even want you. Don't even think about a draft. They wouldn't even call your number.
Nice.
All right, man. Take care.
You as well, man. Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Before I get to the next callers, Rick is on hold and others. Hang on, y'all. Popcorn's Thump Keg. A super chat from him, a coffee. Popcorn. Hake. Oh, race doesn't matter. We don't care what color Jesus is. Normal whites, right? John. Hey, Alan, could you see yourself bowing to a black Jesus? 5 seconds of silence. John. See, Hake, race matters. I think he said color matters, but might have said race. But I think he said color. And then later he changed it to race. Alan said, head explodes. Amen to that. Laughing out loud. Yeah. Color, race matters. On earth, not in heaven. Both he and Mark admitted they wouldn't bow to a POC Jesus. It's so beautiful how simple questions like John's cut through the, oh, his race doesn't matter stuff. But part of that is because it's false. It would feel false. Because literally, does anybody non-black think Jesus was black? I think blacks are the only people who think that Jesus was black. Yes, some individuals, including non-black scholars, theologians, and researchers, argue that Jesus was black or had African ancestry based on interpretations of biblical descriptions, such as the wool-like hair and bronze feet. Some people might argue that Hake's arm is bronze, and look how white Hake is. Not that I'm arguing Jesus was white, mentioned in Revelation, which has little to do with what he was physically. And it's like blacks worship the physical more than anybody. It's largely contested by the majority of historians who maintain he was a Middle Eastern Jew. So it's really you guys, Popcorn. I don't know about you personally, but John's ilk. And then there's guys who are into the race thing like Alan and Mark, who are more into the race thing. Alan reads into reads the whites as being the Israelites, which is pretty out there. And Mark is into the white thing like no normal white in America is. Now, normal whites would agree with a lot of what Mark says because it's just common sense. And you look at how the different races behave, of course. And Alan, too, is like a generally down to earth with his politics. But this race thing, I didn't understand what John from Kentucky and Alan were trying to say about the kingdom of heaven. He's like the kingdom age, where Jesus said it doesn't matter, slave nor free, Greek nor Jew, male nor female in the kingdom of heaven. When you're talking to a woman, you're just talking to another person when you're just speaking spiritually. Now, in relationships and the roles on earth, of course, it's different, but that all goes away in heaven. As Jesus himself said, no one is either married nor given in marriage. If that is the case, then nobody's having babies, which means the races are not continuing. It's just spiritual. The spirit of Jesse, the spirit of Jesus, the spirit of Trump. We all recognize God's spirit in them. Well, some of you guys claim not to, and you hate it. Nice. Anyway, that's a whole lot of mumbo jumbo. Mark took the 7K from Iran. I don't know, Chris. You don't have to turn around and accuse them of that. But anyway, popcorn mess. Shout out, popcorn. Funny. Let me get to Rick in Hampton, VA over here. Rick, thank you for calling and holding, sir.
What's up, Hake? What's going on, man?
Not much. How about you?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. What about yourself?
Fine, thank you.
Man, you know, to ask you, man, why are people acting crazy about the Epstein letters, man? Everybody want to know that.
Nosy. It's just like the did you take the
That's
seven?
what it is.
It's just like the did you take the 7K? They think they in their imaginations they turn it into something relevant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
you know.
In their imaginations they think it's an Israel thing. Like Mark thinks it's an Israel thing. That's partly why he thinks that I'm because I don't just blindly believe women, so he thinks I hate women. So stuff like that.
Shoot, nowadays with people, man, shoot, you can't trust nobody. Hey,
that's right.
What Reagan says, trust but verify.
Yeah, right.
That's Reagan.
Did you hear Michael Tracy? Tracy with an E, Tracey.
I was talking about the one that was on the Jesse show today.
Yeah, second hour of the Jesse Lee Peterson show today.
I heard part of it. I didn't hear all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't hear all of it. What did he say?
He said that a lot of times people will just overestimate the importance of one connection over another, because Epstein had a lot of connections to different governments and different presidents and political figures from many different countries. And so
right.
And so and then they also like read way into all of this stuff and think that they were eating babies and crazy stuff. So,
man, it's just so funny, man. It just like I know it's true when it comes to Christ, man. We all came from Noah, 3 sons, man. That's the whole thing. Christ was biracial, man. A lot of people don't understand that.
So does that mean that he was black and white, or was he Asian?
Mixture of everything.
Was he Asian?
He got it all.
Was he Asian and Arab? Arab is a mixture of white and something, huh?
Yep, I believe he has it all because even with Egypt, they started intermingling. And
Egypt was very diverse, I heard.
You remember? Now it's just people been around ever since the time. You know, it's just so ridiculous, man. The Bible has no physical description of Christ. I mean, everybody got their theory, but the scriptures.
What's funny is the Bible doesn't talk about it at all. But that's all.
That's all.
The black people will fight you over it.
Oh man, you know, like their favorite scripture is Revelation 1:14. His hair was like wool. A sword came out of his mouth. Said, that is not Christ in a physical state, man. I want to know what Christ looked like when he walked the earth. Not
I don't even care.
And me neither. I don't either. But it just shut down their argument, man. It's like when it comes to color, mostly blacks makes it a big deal.
Right.
You know, you can choose, like, you can say Christ is white. Yes, he is. You can say he's black. Yes, he is. You can say he's Arab. Yes, he is. He's a Shemite. He came from the seed of David. That's what he is. You know, it's just, I believe Christ was pecan, a Middle Eastern type guy. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
I can't really prove that. Scriptures don't give no description because you know all these countries, everybody's chest to stick out. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You bow down to me. You bow down to me. All that stuff. So that you cannot find. I ain't found no one. Everybody has their theory, but no one can prove it solely by the scriptures.
Did God want us concerned with it?
Say again?
Did God want us concerned with it?
No, he don't. But we do because of ego.
Yeah.
And people trying to find validation.
True.
Instead of, why don't people put that same energy into obeying Christ's teachings?
Right.
And see what the results can be instead of doing it for nonsense. Look at, for example, you have a lot of people said that Jasmine Crooked lost. She should have lost. She don't never. All she talks about is Trump. He's a convicted felon, and he beat those charges, didn't he? Those 34 counts.
I don't know.
And then it was bogus anyway.
They were pretty dumb.
Man, it was pretty bogus. We have a convicted felon, and I be want to say, what campaign? I mean, what are y'all guys gonna do? Most black politicians they go to Maryland. Yeah, the mayor, Baltimore. Matter of fact, this is Steven's question. The mayor of Baltimore. Now they got an investigation on him spending too much money celebrating, buying liquor and having a good time.
That's funny, man.
Instead of him running the city.
Really, I'm not. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true. I'm hearing it from you for the first time.
Yeah,
but I would not just look at the guy. He looks like a JV basketball coach.
Yeah,
sorry,
that's it.
I disclaim.
Exactly.
I don't know any truth or fiction to this thing about the Baltimore mayor.
And the Baltimore, he's being charged with overspending, if you will, and not for the city. So himself and his co-workers and friends, if you will.
So you're talking about
this? You can't do that, man.
Wait, the former. Brandon, are you talking about? Wait, who?
The current mayor.
Oh,
the current mayor, Brandon. I think he's the current mayor.
That's funny because the former Baltimore mayor, Catherine Pugh, was indicted in 2019 and sentenced to 3 years in prison for. Let's see.
Stealing too much money.
Oh man.
Embezzlement.
Look at this guy.
Mismanagement of the youth money. Like I said,
her.
and I said before. When most black politicians go to jail, they Democrats, for sure. That's a fact.
Sheila Dixon, another. Let me see. What are all these people? Sheila Dixon. What does this say about Sheila Dixon? Was also indicted on felony and misdemeanor charges in perjury and theft. What's up with these sloppy black politicians? They're always getting charged. Yeah. But what about Brandon? What's his name?
Yeah, Brandon, the mayor of Baltimore. Brandon
Scott.
His name. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Useless.
Where are you getting this info? I haven't. Okay, mayor's screenwriters competition calls out ICE, signs a bill, calls a reporter racist in a heated exchange over luxury something or other. Are you saying that he was charged? But I think it's just
they're suspecting him. Right, they're suspecting him of misusing city funds.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, because there was a question a month ago, right? February 4th, Baltimore's so-called progressive mayor called a reporter racist in a heated exchange over a luxury taxpayer vehicle. He had that fancy SUV that it was like $100,000 or something like that, if I remember right.
They was pressing him for that.
The office pushed back on the report,
and he got upset.
Okay, so yeah, he's not charged with anything.
No, I didn't say he was charged. I was saying he's being suspected of misusing city's money.
Okay.
You know, and like I said, when they elect these liberals, they never have a vision. All they need, the only thing they see. I tell people, I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I judge the world from from a biblical view. Whoever lines up biblically, I'm gonna support you. That's just my that's who I'm gonna line myself up with. But unfortunately, Democrats is not gonna never hardly ever help me line up biblically. Now this what's it, the guy in Texas? What's that, Talarico? Now a progressive Christian. Who ever heard of that?
Phonies.
I ain't heard of that.
Yeah.
I guess that's another way of saying that they are ungodly in a secret way, but they just want to use that to catch Christians' hearts. But it won't fool me because you will see what they support.
Right.
Yeah.
James Talarico, right?
Yes, He say he's a Christian, but he's a progressive Christian, if you will. So progressive means they allow a lot of godless stuff they want you to include.
Does he have a punchable face? I disclaim this punchable face thing, but there's a whole meme going on about white males having a punchable face. Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
What a mess.
Yeah. I mean, he could be. I wouldn't go to sleep on that guy because he sounds good when he talks. So whoever.
Yeah, he's a trained phony. He's a trained phony preacher. He has that preacher voice and pacing to his speaking. It reminds me of Ted Cruz. You know how Ted Cruz talks like a politician with those pauses and things? He's like,
sounds. That's what gets people. When you talk good, that gets anybody.
I guess.
But once you talk with you're a Christian,
look at his
you
politician
say,
gestures.
Same-sex marriage. Yeah.
Sorry.
And then you're a Christian, and if God don't support it, what are you doing supporting it?
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's what I'm going to ask you. Okay, I'm for abortion. Well, you a pastor. God don't like abortion, so you support it. And like I always said, man, when it comes to the Democratic Party, everything God loves, they hate, and everything God hates, they love. They're a total opposite party.
Terrible. Yeah, that's so true, man. That's a fact, Jack.
And no one when they elect, I can say especially black politicians, they never hold them accountable. They never say, well, give me your vision. What are you going to do once you get elected? Are you going to lower taxes? You going to help the economy? What about your position on national security? They never act on those things. Only thing they do is come in there and just say, hate Trump, and that's it, and we'll do the rest.
What a mess, huh?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, Rick.
Oh, no problem. Appreciate you taking my call there, Brother James.
All right. Take care.
Love you, man. Be blessed. Y'all keep spreading the truth.
All right. Jeff, Louisiana, on the line here. Jeff, thanks for calling, sir. What's up?
Hey, man, a couple things real quick.
Yep.
Is white a color?
Is white a color?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're people of color too, Jim.
Indeed.
So I was going to ask you, did you see Trump's quote from Monday?
No. His quote, Trump's quote from what?
He said, what was it? I don't want to brag, but no other president can do the ish I'm doing.
Let's find out. No other president can do the swoop that I'm doing. Trump, Fox, Minneapolis, St. Paul, 19 hours ago. That's funny. That's true. What do you make of that?
I think it's just he's showing. Trump's going back and showing that America's a boss.
Without further ado.
Say again. Oh, that America is boss. Yeah, that's true.
That you can't do nothing in this world without going through America.
Yeah.
And it's his ego, but it could be his ego, but I think he's trying to go down as the greatest president that ever exists.
Which is important because America has been in a really weakened position, as you know. And so I really appreciate him, and I think you do too.
Yeah, I do. I mean, he don't let it. Not his quote, but kind of what he says is he went to, you got Obama and Bush and all these people that, they, with the Iran deal. Iran threatened to shut down the strait over to, restrict oil supply. And what do? They give them, all the other presidents give them money to pacify them and to leave the strait open. What does Trump do? Says, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
And
True.
that's the way, he just comes out and says, I'll kill you. And we ain't playing games no more.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't going to hold you up, but one more thing real quick. There was a Chuck Schumer stated a couple days ago that the Save America Act will eliminate 20 million people from voting. Don't you think that's kind of funny considering Biden let in 20 million people?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting number there. What is his thing? What is Trump doing that's related to 20 million? I'm slightly distracted.
It's a Save America Act, the voting act he's trying to pass with IDs.
Okay.
And Chuck Schumer came out and said that will prevent 20 million people from voting.
That's a funny coincidence that Chuck Schumer said 20 million people. Well, it just so happens that there's 20 million illegals that Biden let in, not to mention the ones who are already here and their children who probably shouldn't be voting either. Shout out. What a mess, huh?
Very so, but okay, man, that's all I have for you. I won't hold you up today.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the tips, as always.
No problem.
Bye. Should I play this? Okay.
He said, Donald, I will agree to this.
Cover
He agreed.
Everybody
agreed.
Cover your ears, kids. Cover your ears, kids, ladies.
Agree. And now you've done something that no other president could have done. No, I don't want to brag. But, they've said this about a lot of things. No other president.
No other pres. I'm pausing it because I'm trying to prevent it from cussing.
Could do some of these.
Beep. I'm going to bleep. I'm going to start bleeping and I'm going to play. Beep.
Shit I'm doing.
Okay. Hopefully he only says it once.
The things I'm doing, nobody else was going to do it. They say it all the time, sir, could you do this? You're the only one can do it. But we got it done, and we got the countries to all go along. Because I said, if you don't do it, I'm going to raise your tariffs to 200%, to 150%.
Nice. Thank you, Trump. Looking out for America. That's a fact, Jack. Save America. Save 20 million votes. Nice. Okay, so let me get back to y'all's calls here. Art, Ohio, on the line. Art, thanks for calling and holding, sir. Go ahead.
Artie Art up in the house.
Hey.
I say Artie Art up in the house, baby.
That's right.
So, remember when Trump hired Kristi Noem, or it might have been Pam Bondi and Kristi Noem.
Oh boy.
I said, why is he putting them in that position like that, man? And the reason why I say that is because I feel like coming off them trying to jail him and the attempts on his life, in the times that we in, I don't see that it's no female that needs to be in any of these positions right now. That's the reason why I would say that. If at any point, this is the time that you need to have strong men in leadership to get the shit back on its course. You see what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I would be hard on him hiring a Kristi Noem or a Pam Bondi or whatnot. And that's the reason why I came off on him like that when he first did it. So
I'm really hoping that this Mark Wayne Mullins guy is as tough as he looks for the Department of Homeland Security and that he gets approved by the Senate.
Yeah.
I don't have high hopes, but it would be nice.
I hope it is. I hope it works.
I don't know anything about him. I'm not condemning him or criticizing. I'm just saying.
Me neither. I'm like, and I'm a little bit naive and unknown about Kristi Noem and stuff too, besides the fact that I don't see her speak on Trump before he got back in office and stuff like that. and I don't see how she was kind of rolling with him. You know what I mean? You know,
Okay.
when everybody wasn't.
Right.
But otherwise, that don't mean that I want you in that position.
Right.
So, come to find out, they said that she done basically, allegedly, embezzled over $200 million, basically.
Ooh, really? No.
Yeah.
Wait, you're talking about Kristi Noem?
Kristi Noem. Yeah.
Well,
But,
I
mean,
don't know if she. What I had heard was that she's misused, maybe, or paid $200 million for an ad campaign that Trump didn't really sign off on, something like that.
Yeah. And then I'm like kind of checking in on and catching little clips on it, and they saying that one of the people, which is a foreigner, that was at that little meeting they had, like the Congress meeting where they basically do these questions. Foreigner dude, he said that it was a shell company that they started 8 days before they gave them the $200 million. So basically, this company just pop up out of nowhere, and then they just suddenly come up on $200 million, and it ain't adding up or whatnot. You know what I mean? But I just can't. I'm looking at it like this, Hake. I'm like, so Doge and Elon is supposed to be saving us money, and then you have this hood rat hooligan, hair-hatted hooligan, Kristi Noem, or whatnot, stealing money. And I'm like, well, hold up. Remember what I said? I said it seemed like we take 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. So we supposed to be stopping fraud, but you got a person in there that's committing fraud. You see what I'm saying? They trying to blame, even if Trump didn't greenlight it, stamp it, and approve it, and he didn't know nothing about it, it happened under your watch. You see what I'm saying?
Right. That's probably partly why he reassigned her. She didn't get full-blown fired. She is not like she's not a Jim Comey level turncoat. But she's accused of several instances, and I don't know if this is true because ProPublica, Democrats, and others, they're not reliable sources. But misusing funds, engaging in conflicts of interest, and it spanned her time as governor and her tenure in the Trump administration. So they're trying to investigate, impeach, and who knows. But she got moved around. $220 million. It wasn't $20 million. It was $220 million. I had misstated it as $20 million. It's $220 million Department of Homeland Security ad campaign. And I heard that thing did help send illegals back. I don't know if it was all necessary. Some of it was like, I don't know how much it cost to put her in front of the camera, but she was all in front of the camera, all ego. But that's kind of beside the point, I guess, about the money. But But it wasn't approved, I guess, by Trump necessarily.
And that wasn't no $220 million commercial neither. You know what I mean? I ain't in the business of making commercials and running a checkbook of people that do commercials and stuff like that. But that math ain't mathing.
I don't know. I don't know how much commercials cost. If you buy a commercial and you have to air it practically everywhere that illegals might be seeing it, because she was targeting the commercials toward illegals to download this app, among other things, right? Download this app and self-deport, right? And that could cost a lot of money if you think, I don't know if she was buying Super Bowl ads or anything like that. Super Bowl ads are expensive, I heard. But there's, it can cost a lot, but I have no idea. You might be right. It might be on the high end. Trump likes to be frugal where he can be, make a good deal, not overspend, for sure.
Well, that's definitely overspending, and it seemed like a pyramid scheme to me or whatnot. And it ain't looking good on Trump's behalf or whatnot. And I was just, thinking that Trump needs to tighten down or whatnot. First thing first is, the way that I seen people coming into America is the same way I need to see them leaving up out of here, and the math ain't mathing. You can say all day until you blew in your face that we doing this and we doing that. But from my porch and where I'm sitting at, I'm not seeing it. You see what I'm saying?
Are you saying that his deportation numbers need to get up?
Yeah, and well, not even that.
But that's not his fault. That part's not his fault at all. He's doing it practically. I think that he's doing everything that he and his administration are doing, everything they know how to get them out of here.
Well, what I'm saying is, hey, they telling us. I mean, Biden was doing the same thing, saying one thing. Saying stuff, but okay, what was the
No, but Biden, we knew he wasn't trying. Trump, we know is trying, and Trump administration, we know they're trying.
Well, I mean, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
But okay, so what was it? The
because
plan?
there's so many ways. You know, think about this. The net migration, they call it, is negative. That's the first time in 50 years that the net migration is negative, meaning more people leaving than are coming in. Granted, the numbers of deportations is not very high, and you may still see a bunch of Hispanics and stuff. Maybe they're anchor babies, maybe they're whatever, but the number of people coming in is they're more going out than are coming in, and that's unprecedented for the past our lifetimes, basically.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So Trump is doing more. My point in that is to point out that the Trump administration is doing more about the immigration problem than anybody else in our lifetimes.
Well, I mean, okay, and that is that's your opinion or whatnot. You know, I mean, the facts might be the facts, but I'm not seeing it or whatnot. And what I'm saying is, when I'm saying I'm not seeing it, is that how we seen all these people coming in here, but we ain't seeing. Okay.
Well, think about this. Obama's deportation numbers were supposedly really high, but we didn't see it. I didn't see anybody getting deported.
Because he wasn't deporting nobody out the interior. So you comparing apples to oranges.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that the numbers, we're not going to see it in the numbers. And where are you looking? Where are you expecting to see it?
You ain't gonna see it in the numbers or in front of you, because once they got into the interior, he wasn't deporting them at a high rate. He was turning them around at the border, at the wall.
Yeah, I know.
That ain't deportation. That's two different things of what Trump and Obama's doing. They ain't doing the same. They're not doing and working under the same game plan.
Obama was going into some prisons and getting cooperation from the local Democrats, the mayors and states and stuff like that. They didn't have sanctuary cities the way they started with Trump. They did sanctuary cities and sanctuary states once Trump came along and shined a bright light on this immigration problem.
So who told you that Obama was able to go into these prisons and do whatever he was doing in these prisons with deportation? Where are you getting that information from?
I don't remember. I heard it on the radio from some official.
Well, my thing is this. I don't tend to believe too much of anything that a Democrat tell me.
Yeah.
Either they unknowingly lying to you, or they fictitiously lying to you. So if you were to think or believe that after a person's been lying to you for over 15 years or however long, we've been watching these politics, me and you or whatnot, if you start off for 15 years, I don't tend to believe nothing else you're going to tell me. And that's the problem with CNN. That's the problem exactly with CNN or whatnot. Y'all been lying, not y'all, but CNN been lying so much that you're going to have to basically get rid of the whole name. You can't even sell that off to nobody. That's a bad product. You see what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody going to want to deal with them. Long story short. So that's my thing. And I'm like this. You got people like me. I want to see it. You got to show me. You know what I mean? Like all the numbers, okay. All the numbers, and you can say that all to you, but I need to see the actual product, meaning the completion of what you saying that you doing, and I'm not seeing it or whatnot. And I'm like this with this Kristi Noem thing or whatnot. It's and I'm like this. Trump is doing a lot of good. And I mean, he if he's doing 9 things that's good, this one thing ain't gonna deter me from not messing with him or liking him. This one mess up, but I need
Which
him
mess
to,
up are you talking about in this
the
case?
Kristi Noem thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not just jumping shit, but I do
Right.
need him to understand that I ain't the best mathematician, but I know 1 + 1 equals, and I don't think he understands the severity of where we at right now, to the point that he needs to make sure that he's doing top of his game and producing and showing us stuff, because he need to get JD. We need to make sure we get another Republican there, hopefully JD Vance or somebody, because we're going to try to stick to who ran with Trump. And, it's only fair to let him be the runner-up or whatnot. But this ain't a good look on him coming in, and I need Trump to understand that if a Republican or somebody that's under him or with him don't get into office, it's on with the Democrats. They coming right back after him again. So I don't understand why he's not making better decisions with the people he's surrounding and putting around himself. Because if a Republican don't get back in office or whatnot to keep this ship on steered on course, that them Democrats is coming right back after him, the same way they was doing in 2016, 2020. Because I don't think he understands that they were really trying to lock him up. You know what I mean? They went propaganda. Oh, we gonna act like we putting pressure on him so the American people can be all against Trump and they can rally against trying to get him locked up. No, they were trying to actually lock him up. Just the same way they used that Iran dude, or not Iran, that dude in Utah tried to take him up out of here. It ain't a game, man. He better figure it out for sure.
True.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. All right, appreciate it, sir.
All right, I'll catch you later, brother.
All right. Take care.
Yep.
Bye. I was perusing the Center for Immigration Studies website. Center for Immigration Studies is, I don't look at them often, but I have seen some of their stuff over the years, and they seem, they're definitely, they want low immigration, but they're pro-immigrant because they're nice. But they're a decent outlet. They're a decent source, I think. They try to get the facts right. It's kind of like, they remind me of American Renaissance. Not in that they're necessarily pro-white like American Renaissance is, but in that they're not just normie, mainstream, lame-o. They're a little bit normie friendly, mainstream friendly, lame-o friendly, but not full-blown lame-o mainstream media stuff. They do their own research, and it's pretty interesting, I think. Nice. Anyway. And I was thinking of that because Art wanted to see how Trump is doing, and made me wonder if what Center for Immigration Studies thinks of Trump's job. If they're as crazy anti-Trump as some people are with regard to the immigration thing, which I think is unfair. Before I get to your calls, y'all, another super chat from Popcorn. CIS is short for Center for Immigration Studies. No endorsement by a Bond, JLP, or even Hake, necessarily. I just got through telling you. Anyway, Popcorn says, my only point was I think it would be more honest for some people to say, I don't know what color Jesus was, as opposed to saying, I don't care what color Jesus was. Some people truly don't care, but for Mark and Alan, it admittedly changes the dynamics of their faith, claims Popcorn. The whole every knee will bow and every tongue confess turns into a whoa, 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 I don't know about this. I just find it interesting, says Popcorn. Same goes with Santa Claus, who is fictional. No, he's not. Santa Claus is named after Saint Niklaus, who was one of those people. He's not fictional. He's an historical figure, and then they made some fiction. He's historical fiction. Plenty of black parents start putting away money as early as January in preparation for Christmas, and after all their overtime shifts at work, they tell their kids, this man brought you these toys. You'd be hard-pressed to find many white families who would sit their kids down on the lap of a black Santa year after year and tell them he's going to bring you everything you ask for. It's partly psychological, but it does impact people, whether right or wrong, says Popcorn. And Popcorn, I think what you're describing is the dynamics of being a minority in a white world, being a black in a white world. Because whites and blacks don't mind their hero being black or white if they actually are. Right? Many a white loved Michael Jordan, for example. And we would be like, Kobe. Stuff like that. But when you try to say, oh, Jesus is actually black, it's like, no. And then you're trying to worship the person, it becomes like an idol. Bowing down to a man. And then Santa Claus, I'll tell you about Santa Claus later. I don't really have time. And so it just feels idolatrous. And it feels weird because you guys are turning stuff black. We're not the ones turning stuff white. Granted that they did every race has turned Jesus a little bit more like them, I guess, because that's what they know. They're familiar with. They're able to portray their own race as opposed to others. Just look at that. Watch this. Here's Klecky, whatever this thing is. I disclaim it. And you make me draw an Asian, I would do this. And I'm like, that looks like all the Asians. But and then if I turn them black, it's like, anyway, so how do I leave? You know what I mean? So like y'all look the same. Anyway, whatever. It was hundreds of years before us anyway. And he's not that white when they make him. And you guys act like we turned him blonde. And I've seen some blonde ones. I've only ever seen blonde-haired Jesuses from the blacks who try to say he's not that. And no other Jesus have I seen that was actually blonde. Yeah, maybe lightish brown hair or brown. Anyway, what a mess. Lord. Have mercy. Okay, let me double check this and that. Looks like I'm doing okay. Black, Santa, and Jesus. But actually, yeah, Popcorn, people don't care. I mean, people like me don't care. And he wasn't black. Anyway, whatever. Let's see. Ryan, Illinois.
What's going on, Hake?
Not much. How about you?
Man, I can't complain. Just another day in paradise.
Nice.
Hey, I just want to say, I think everybody tweaking out about this war with Iran and everything like that. Like, don't you think we're supposed to kill them, right?
Certain ones, maybe. It's up to Trump make the decision, apparently.
Right. Now, let me make something clear. Everybody that's in America who say that they love being in America, even especially John and, you know, your little racist white little warriors that you got on your team.
John is from Kentucky, and he's a Hebrew Israelite, so he thinks.
Who's the crazy? I mean, I forget his name. That's how unimportant he is. That old, hateful white man who always talking crazy. Who is him?
Mark, your Christian brother.
Yeah, Mark from Los Angeles, right? Yeah, that goofy. He needs to understand that if he believes in so heartily that he's an American, then he needs to be with this war.
Why is that?
We need to kill off everybody that's a threat to us. America is supposed to be the #1 superpower in the world, and we're going to continue to do that whether people like it or not. And I understand that a lot of people don't understand that in order for us to keep on living the way that we've been living, we gotta, steal, kill. That's what America has been about forever. They stole
Not exactly,
our land
sir.
from us.
No,
they stole
now
the
you're.
land from the blacks.
No,
they stole the land.
we rightfully gained it.
Y'all stole the land from the blacks.
Not
we
true.
helped y'all out.
From the blacks.
Y'all came around the blacks, and we civilized y'all. And when y'all got civilized, y'all used y'all weapons against us because we wasn't using weapons like how y'all had. Y'all had gunpowder.
This sounds like you're turning it backwards. It seems like you're turning it backwards on us. What actually happened with you guys? Because we brought guns and blacks and all that stuff here to America, and then the blacks are just misusing the guns.
Y'all brought blankets that had pox and killed all the Indians and gave everybody tuberculosis.
It was an honest mistake.
You guys are evil, disgusting human beings. I just want you to know that's what whites are.
Who's not an evil, disgusting human being? That's not news.
The blacks aren't. The blacks are very forgiving, understanding, loving people.
We
need to stop being like that.
That's a joke.
We actually need to stop doing that, hey? Because we actually beating ourselves.
You sound exactly like the whites who feel like they need to stop being so nice.
But look, how do you feel about this? Do you think after America helped Israel win this war with Iran, that Israel gonna actually turn on us?
Never.
After this war, not. So
they
would
never turn on us as long as Trump is the man.
All right, now let me ask you something that you
and I don't think ahead.
Already know.
Unlike Art in Ohio, which I don't understand how you guys think so far ahead past Trump. I'm not thinking about J.D. Vance. I'm thinking after Trump, it's over. Whatever.
Well, J.D. Vance will never ever be president. Whoever think that man gonna win need to go smoke crack cocaine like Joe Biden.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know who his competition will be, but yeah, Trump is a man among boys, and that includes his administration. Shout out.
You already know that the presidency is not something that we actually pick, right? So
no.
I'm gonna tell you who the next president gonna be. The next president is gonna be dark-skinned person again.
Oh Lord!
Don't tell me man.
Who you're gonna see? Is it gonna be AOC Cortez?
Oh no! We definitely ain't gonna put one of them in there.
Why not?
She need to get because she like too unhinged. Like she like too crazy. Like maybe if she didn't have so much of a controversy about her life going on, because she's a habitual cheater. Like she cheats on her husband. Like she don't got no.
She's not married. I don't think she's married. She has that. She had that live-in boyfriend, I think.
Yeah, but remember she was dating this dude, and then she told that she was cheating on him with the other dude. Like
I don't know. I had never heard. This is news to me. I don't keep up with. I don't do gossip except when I do, which I disclaim. I disavow.
Well, you can Google it, but anyway, we don't
Not
care
interested.
about. Yeah, right. I'm just saying. So do
Trump
you think
has Trump had he had multiple wives, and so did Bill Clinton. It didn't bother. Well, I don't know about Bill Clinton. He was a ladies' man, I guess, and it didn't bother us. It just bothered us that Clinton was a liar. Thank God Trump is not.
All I want to know is, do you think that Israel is going to turn on us after we win this war for them? Because we fighting this war.
No,
for
I
them.
don't think so.
No.
But I'm not. I couldn't today. I couldn't answer actually. I don't know.
Well, then why is Russia and China helping Iran?
What does that have to do with Israel turning on us? Russia and Iran and China are allies. They're friends with each other.
Israel been stealing from us and doing us dirty since day one.
That's okay.
Even though that we vow to help them and whatever they say in the Bible that they think is supposed to be.
Well, they're not
true.
Christian. We can't expect them not to steal or spy.
Yeah, no, they the thieves of everything. Like
so
they not the real Jews.
Oh, whatever.
So here we go with that. I know you get mad and when
no,
you
it's
talk about the Jews.
It's dumb stuff.
No,
it's irrelevant.
But it's true.
you supposed to be a Bible reader, right? You supposed to be well versed on the Bible, and if you well versed on the Bible as they say you is, then you should be able to know the truth. The truth is that the people that they say in the Bible do
That's
not
not
look
truth.
like you.
It's not
at
about.
all.
This
Yeah,
has nothing to do with truth.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you think that when we all die, do you think God judges us by our skin tone, or does he judge us by something else?
He doesn't judge us at all. I heard.
You said he don't judge us at all. So
Yeah.
everything that we doing right now, sitting here bickering about what's going on, disagreeing, hating each other, talking bad about each other, you think he gonna forgive us all and we're all gonna go to heaven?
No, I didn't say that.
So
he
what do you
forgave us
mean?
all, but about heaven, I am not making that claim.
So where does the people go that he forgives?
That's you should ask him.
You crazy.
You could probably figure it out from reading the Bible, maybe.
Well, if you read the Bible, you would know that God died for all our sins and that we all gonna go to a gracious, glorious scene when we leave this earth.
It's funny hearing you use this Christian talk.
See, look at you. You ain't think Ryan from Illinois knew the Bible, huh, man? You know I grew up Baptist.
You're a
man.
Christian?
Y'all just think, no, I'm not a Christian. I grew up Baptist. Y'all think just because we smoke weed that we unintelligent, man. You better stop that, man. But let me ask you one more thing.
You think you're sounding intelligent right now?
Let me ask you one thing. Swear to God, you remember a couple months ago, back when I was calling in faithfully, and we was having these talks about how the world would be if blacks wasn't here in America no more?
Oh, yeah. Fantasyland. Uh-huh.
Right. Now, let's paint a picture. Imagine the blacks wasn't here. All these white people who got all these businesses and all these successful companies that all their customer is majority based on black folks. Don't you think they'd kill each other if we wasn't here? Don't you think that they'd be out of business? Don't you think that there would be no more success for them if it was no us? Because we actually do dumb things like spending our dollar with you guys, and we shouldn't. We should spend it with each other, but we end up spending it with you people who don't care about us, which we're going to fix that eventually one day. But
that's
how y'all
so
say
silly
that,
because black people care about black people less than the white people care about black people.
Didn't I just tell you that we're going to fix that one day?
No,
No,
you didn't listen to me. You claim that you guys spend money with white people who don't care about black people. But white people care more about black people than black people care about black people.
No. We spend money with all y'all, whether it's the ones that care, whether it's the ones that don't.
I know, but black people don't care about black people.
You missing the point. If we took away our dollar from you,
Mm-hmm.
you little racist Caucasian man, you would not survive. You would struggle.
No, it might be
look. Let's paint a picture with your life right now.
Uh-huh.
Without Jesse Lee Peterson, I guarantee you would never be who you are today without a black man.
It would be a very different. I would be who I am. I would just have a different job.
Let me finish. See, without Jesse Lee Peterson, there wouldn't be no Hake or no Hake morning show.
That's right.
So you need to
I
give
imagine
thanks
not.
to the black man. Give thanks to the black man. And you need to appreciate that we are the rulers and we are the ones that hold the key to y'all success at sometimes. And without JLP, there will be no HAKE. You feel me?
No, there was a Hake long before I ever heard about JLP.
That was a true statement, but you wouldn't be who you are today without him. You got to give him some credit that with his black self helped you to become as global as you are right now.
Indeed.
And without that black man, you wouldn't be who you are today. And if you deny that, and that just goes to show how much y'all really do hate us and have no respect for the help that we give this community in this country.
Nice. Well, thank you, Ryan. I got to run.
Am I right or wrong?
That's right.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, sir. Y'all. Oh, quick super chat. Jermaine, sup? James 007, been a minute. All is well. Nice to see you, Jermaine, he himself is a black Canadian Jamaican thing, right? I gotta get on out of here, y'all. Slim, Maryland. wanted to talk about my drawing of the blacks. Rob NorCal wanted to talk about logical fallacies. I wanted to get to him, actually. David in Texas wanted to talk Kristi Noem's $220 million thingamajigger. And Coco in L.A. wanted to talk about popcorn and racial perspectives. I can't get to any of y'all. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. American Anchor, baby. Up next. Bye, y'all. Take care.